Hello there, nice of you to join me. This is Ruth Hay talking about her latest series. This series is called Together and Apart. And there are 2 books published, another one just finished, and each one is a separate story. And each one deals with this dilemma called apartnering. You may have heard about apartnering. It's when people can't afford, say they were divorced, they can't afford 2 places to live, so they decide they'll stay together and work it out in some way. Or they're 2 friends who want to live together companionably. There are lots of different reasons for a partnering, but it is a real thing, and I wanted to explore these ideas. Now, the first book of my series is called Marry or Not. Each of these books has a question that has to be answered in the story. Marry or Not is about 2 people in their 60s, Sharon and Walter. Now, they don't know each other at all at the beginning of this book. Sharon is a divorced woman with grown children, living very happily in the most beautiful apartment set up perfectly to suit her. Now, Walter, he's also in his 60s, but he's got an entirely different lifestyle. You see, he traveled for his work. He was a photographic newsman, was all over the place, really didn't have a settled life. But when things change in his life, he comes back to live in his old home, his parents' home. His parents have passed away. Now, when I say it's an old home, picture a man who doesn't cook much, doesn't clean, who hasn't replaced any of the old furniture in this place. It's really pretty much a disaster. Would you think these 2 people would have anything in common? Would you think they could move in together? Well, that's the predicament here. Are they going to marry? Are they going to be living separately? Are they going to be lovers? What? You have to read the book to find out. Now, the second book in the series, same idea basically, but entirely different characters. This one is called Divorce or Stay. Divorce or Stay. This time we're dealing with a young couple. Now, they got married really fast, possibly too fast. He had big ambitions because he was the son of a family that owned a great big business, and he wanted to get to the top fast. She was pretty much a young college girl, swept off her feet. She had her own ambitions, but they were nothing like this guy's. So they married, and my goodness, trouble started really fast. Astrid took a job just to get some money to pay the mortgage, and Ray was heading for the top. But as time went on, dissatisfaction occurred. She was not happy. Her own ambitions were not being met, and it wasn't going to be a satisfactory conclusion to this story. But a lot of things can happen on the way, and that's the interesting part about the story. How does it all work out? Do they divorce? Or do they stay together? Or do they find some other way? Together and apart? That's the question. So these 2 books are ready. The third one is coming out very shortly. And the third one is called Retreat or Repeat. Now, these titles will tell you a good bit about what's going to happen. This is about Yvette and Conrad. Now, Yvette is a married woman with 2 kids who had a very unsatisfactory divorce. In fact, she's in a situation where she doesn't know how she feels about this divorce because her husband went off, found a girlfriend, and married her like lickety-split. And she's left in a daze with the responsibility of the children. Now, every weekend, the ex-husband and the new wife come and pick up the 2 children and take them away for 2 days in the weekend. Now, Yvette's in a terrible state during this time because she doesn't know what the heck is going on. And she still has this kind of feeling in her heart that maybe she should have stayed with this guy. She should have made it all work. So she's going on about her life, and into town comes this man who works for a very big furnace company. And because he's not attached, because he had a divorce too, but this divorce was quite different, no children. His wife was a narcissist, and that's not happy. If you want to know about that, you'll find out in this book. He is in town and he sees this woman, but there's no hope. What would she want with a man who's a stranger coming into her complicated life with the kids and everything? It doesn't sound like there's any kind of chance at all of these two. Will they retreat or will they repeat? Repeat what? Repeat marriage? That's not been successful. So there's another story. And I started a fourth one this week. If you like this idea, finding out what apartnering means these days, I hope you'll try these stories. And if you like them, well, just keep buying them, keep reading them, because I've got lots more stories, and you might just like them all. Bye for now.